was a little excavator, and I thought, you know what? I'm done. Hell with it. I'm digging this. I'm doing it. No blueprints, nothing. I'm on the machine driving around right here where we're sitting. And there was trees here, so I cleared the trees, and I said, this is what it's gonna be. I went 40 feet by this and one mat, and I said, no, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. In the beginning, you know, Kyle Snyder and Budak and these guys, they love to talk about how they wrestled on a dirt floor. But it was true. We rolled the mats out and they're jumping around on them and wrestling. And we had our first practice, and I remember it was that original group, most of the names on this wall. There was probably 20 kids here, and they just were running around like kids.
Over the years, it's not all at once, but there's been constant improvements.
You think warehouse, you know, all the deer heads that we're going to probably end up in here.
When I came in, we didn't have a bathroom at all. So the bathroom, you know, was in the woods.
You know, everything in here has been created for the wrestling atmosphere.
My mom said, this is what, you know, God has put you here to do. I remember his dad was like looking, like seeing how Kyle was developing, and he needed partners. So I'm thinking, man, I need to keep the kid in the room.
I was more or less help. Realistically, I was a partner for Kyle Snyder.
So I'm calling anybody that wrestled that was close to that weight as a partner for him. And I called this guy who was real heavy in jiu-jitsu, this guy Davey Morris, and said, I got this 13-year-old, you know, he's in here, can you roll with him? At the end of the practice, he went, man, why am I coming back here? Because I just got my ass beat. This kid's not 13 years old. And I said, yeah, he's 13.
From the United States of America, Woodbine, Maryland, Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder of the United States. Can he hang on just a little longer? He will. The resume is complete. Kyle Snyder, Olympic champion.
So I'll get anybody I have to get. If I put my mind to it, I'll get them.
Dan came to my parents and was like, you should get into wrestling. My parents weren't kind of iffy about it, and then they took me to my cousin's wrestling matches. They saw that we were really into it, and they were like, okay, let's just throw him out there. Everyone just started being like, holy cow, that's a Warhawk kid.
When you really boil it down, I've decided I'm doing this because I want to beat people.
We were just way better conditioned. It's going to be a battle.
The true wrestler, the true Warhawk, comes to hustle and muscle.
If I hadn't come to Warhawks, I would have been horrible. If I had been pushed that hard anywhere else, I probably would have quit.
We have changed now in wrestling, but that's not good enough. We need to do it at the college level.
I'm standing as a potential All-American or national champ. I'm looking to turn some heads next year.
I mean, to be frank, it pretty much saved me, you know. When I went the hardest, pretty much the hardest time of my life, you know, when I lost, you know, my family, coming here every night was something to keep me busy at first. And then you see these little kids start to love you and look at you because maybe they're not getting encouraged at home. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're their feeling, you know, their confidence level. My main goal is to let them know that they fit in, and that one thing I've always told all these guys on the wall, that, and I've told whether it's Snyder or whoever, that I love you the same. If you got hurt and could never wrestle again, you're just as valuable to me in this program as you are right now being a star.
He's definitely another father figure. Like, I'll look to him for advice.
He definitely works you to the max, but he's an amazing guy. He loves you to death, and he'll always be there for you.
How do you not fall in love with the people that are around when you're going through that kind of stuff?
He is about loyalty, having faith in your home, you know, and sticking up for each other, always having each other's back.
And then these little kids are doing the toughest. Our practices are hard. And you see these kids suffering, it's hard to really love them.
And I don't think I've ever met a coach that will make you feel like he has your back other than Coach Ricker.
So this has become generational. JC's a guy that I coached, John Johnson, all these guys I grew up with that are part of this program, that's expected, because that's what they got, that love and unconditional love and caring from a guy that was tough.
I love him. I mean, he's always he's a fun person to be around, and no matter what, he's gonna always have my back.
And that's a generational expectation that has kind of come in to this program. We're gonna be tough, and we're gonna be loyal, and we're gonna love you. Very seldom do you hear us talk about the wins. It's about who beat somebody that beat them, and who didn't get pinned when they were on the back for 2 minutes. Our Making America Stronger one kid at a time, our whole thing about coming in this door and walking out champions starts with just don't give up.
I've been in many rooms across the country, and I've yet to see a room that has this much talent in one room.
Warhawks gives you that edge, basically, to know that you've done everything. You've been put through the ringer.
When you walk into the Warhawk room, you're almost guaranteed a partner at any weight at a high level.
Let's go, step out to the side. There you go. Now walk.
We draw the toughest kids, people that want to excel. Whether they know it or not, they're drawn to it.
We work at an intensity level that is unbeatable.
One guy up, one guy down. Hey, let's go. Let's pick it up. Let's go.
They should have their minds right that the Warhawks are here. And once they know that they have one lined up, they know that no matter who it is, it's going to be a battle.
When you put on a Warhawks helmet, you want to be the best. When I walk on the mat with the Warhawks helmet, I think my opponents think that they're going to get pinned.
There's this sense of fear when people see a Warhawk.
Being a Warhawk, there's a certain reputation to it, and you always got guys gunning for you.
One of these kids is going to do something. Kyle's doing it. Other ones are doing it.
We know that when our boys step on that mat, that their chances are way up here.
I keep on getting a little competitive, and I'm like, no, our team was the best. But I'm actually really happy that we're seeing as much success as we are seeing.
Every year, the kids win a certain amount, lose a certain amount, and then they move on out of your life.
I love watching them get good at this sport. I watch loving them get good in life. I know that as long as they're doing what they're supposed to be doing in here and they take the advice that we give, that their chances of succeeding in life go way up.
this can't be about just wrestling. We need to get everybody involved. Let's take this thing somewhere. Now what can we do on a really big level to change kids' life? Every single kid that's not in this program is being cheated.
My parents went to get ice cream with Coach Dan. Dan ordered extra hot fudge. What he did was he took like a big scoop out of the hot fudge, like put it in his pants, pulled it out of his pants, and then he just wiped it on Tyler Patrick's face. Either Tyler Patrick or Kyle Snyder threw up, and then Kyle broke his phone. It was a funny time.
When this program started, you had Ricker and Bill Smith. Bill Smith was another great, one of Howard County's greatest to ever be on the mat. There's something very special about the two of them. And when they started this program together, you knew it was going to be special.
The toughest guys in the world are wrestlers.
Even when I bring like college teammates here or whenever high school teammates come in, whenever I just come into practice, whenever, they're like, oh, you don't have as many first place as Kyle. I'm like, look whose board's bigger. I'm better than he is. Just listen to me. Most people don't believe that, but.